I'm Grace Daniel, and this is the U.S. Crime Files. Tonight, we take you to Louisiana, where a brother's search for justice has spanned over 30 years. It's the story of Gary Kiran, a man with a dream, and the mystery that followed his disappearance. Gary and Ted Kiran weren't just brothers, they were partners building a sonic drive-in empire in Baton Rouge. Gary was the visionary, seeing potential where others didn't. Ted was the guy who made sure it all worked. Together, they were unstoppable. And family? They were as close as brothers could be. Ted: my dad had a heart attack the day after I was born. Gary was like the dad I never had. We were inseparable. Chris Hansen: Gary had a loving wife, Susie, and a young son, Wade. The Kirans were living the American dream, expanding their business, planning for the future. One night, Gary called Ted. He had just secured funding to build several new sonic locations. This was a huge deal. He was coming over to celebrate, but Gary never showed up. Ted: I fell asleep on the couch. When I woke up, he still hadn't come by. I thought that was strange. Gary never missed something like this. Chris Hansen: Susie was frantic. Calls went unanswered. Ted searched everywhere, but it was like Gary vanished. Larry Tucker, their business partner, found a scrap of paper with one name on it, Erica. Gary had told Larry this name might have saved him from going out on his wife. Ted followed the lead to a strip club called The Hot Spot, where a dancer greeted him, mistaking him for Gary. She was Erica, actually Laya Mulla, a 19-year-old from Ohio with a troubled past. Laya had been a high school honor student once, but things spiraled. She turned to stripping and prostitution in Louisiana and lived with her boyfriend, Ron Dunnigan, a street clown twice her age. Gary was one of Laya's regular clients. Police searching Laya and Ron's duplex found blood everywhere, on walls, ceilings, and in Gary's abandoned Cadillac. An investigator told Ted someone died in the trunk of that car. Susie was devastated when Ted broke the news. Though no body was found, it was clear. Gary was gone, and it was violent. Ron and Laya fled to Las Vegas, but their luck ran out when Laya applied for an escort license and was arrested. Under questioning, she confessed Ron had killed Gary, though she claimed it was an accident. Ted found a diary in their Vegas apartment full of chilling plans to hit Gary. Police had premeditation, but a new district attorney dropped the case, saying there wasn't enough evidence without a body. Laya refused to testify against Ron, securing immunity. Ron walked free. Ted was crushed, but refused to give up. Over 30 years, advances in DNA technology reopened the case. Wade, Gary's son, gave a DNA sample that matched the blood in the trunk of Gary's car. Ted tracked Ron, who'd drifted back to Louisiana, living off disability checks. He even sent a friend to befriend Ron, paying his expenses to gather information. This is a story of family, loss, and relentless determination. Gary's murder went unsolved too long, but Ted's fight for justice never faded. I'm Grace Daniel. Thank you for watching the U.S. Crime Files. Stay safe.